So we have 5 provinces participating in this pilot system. We have Ontario, Saskatchewan, Alberta. Hey guys, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new, you're welcome. Please hit the subscribe button down below and make sure you turn the post notification bell on. My name is WhizQueen. Thanks to everyone that has been subscribing to my channel, that has shared my videos with their friends and family. Thanks to all my new subscribers. Thanks to future subscribers as well. If you are just seeing this video for the first time, wherever you are, you're welcome. Please hit the subscribe button down below and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. So in today's video, I'll be talking about a new immigration pilot program for Canada. If you don't know, let's just say you are new to this channel. I'm a new immigrant in Canada. I recently immigrated here, and just because I did my application by myself, I learned everything I used for my immigration process on the internet. I made it a promise to myself that I would try as much as I can to give out information to prospective immigrants that will be coming into Canada later in the future. So this is a new immigration pilot program. It's just launched this month of November. Some participating communities in this program are yet to launch their website. So this means it's still a very new program that is yet to be exploited. As a matter of fact, as at this date, no community has given any recommendation yet, so the application has not started. So it is about time. This is the right time for you to start your own and join the program if you're interested. So this program is called the Rural Northern Immigration Pilot. If you don't know, or I'm sure you know this, or maybe you're still living in denial, Canada is the #1 country in the world that is immigrant friendly. Canada encourages new immigrants to come into Canada not only by themselves but also with their families. This is because they need people to come into the country to boost consumption and production. So they need people to come and consume what has been produced here, and also by consuming the products here, you'll be paying your tax. If you work here, you would also pay your taxes, and the country can earn more money to do activities for people that live here. Like, that's some economic bullshit. If you understand better, you can go online to read. If you don't understand, and if you understand, if you're an economics person, you understand what I'm trying to explain. So Canada needs more people now and going forward in the future, so they'll continue to encourage immigration into the country. So enough about all that story. Let's jump into this particular pilot program. So in this video, I'll be giving an overview as to how this program works. I'll be talking about the benefit of this program. I'll give the eligibility criteria, and I'll also talk about the step-by-step process to apply for this program. The Rural Northern Immigration Pilot is a new community-based driven immigration. This is the reason why this program is community driven is because when most new immigrants come into Canada, according to Statistics Canada, 43% of new immigrants, they all locate themselves in Toronto. That's Ontario, Toronto. The Greater Toronto area has 43% of new immigrants, and other locations and cities and communities in Canada has just been desolated. So the government has decided to introduce immigration pilots to encourage people to come to those communities. So one of the pilots that was introduced is the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. I've done a video on that. I'll link it up here. If you're here to see it, you can go and check it out. This new program is Rural Northern Immigration Pilot, and the most interesting thing about this program is that even the most populated provinces in Canada are also participating in this program. So we have 5 provinces participating in this pilot system. We have Ontario, Saskatchewan, Alberta, Manitoba, and British Columbia. These 5 provinces are actually very populated. It's just that the skilled population, or most of the population, the young population, have settled down in like the most condensed area in the province. So this pilot is to encourage people to move to the less populated area, the isolated areas in these provinces. So some of the communities, I'll list them here so you can check them out. We have Thunder Bay. Thunder Bay is in Ontario. We have Sainte Marie is in Ontario. We have Sudbury is also in Ontario. We have North Bay in Ontario. We have Timmins in Ontario as well. We also have Vernon in British Columbia, Brandon in Manitoba. We have Moose Jaw in Manitoba as well. We have a lot of communities. I'll list them here so you can check them out. Some of these communities have started their program. They've actually launched their website, so you can go to their website to see the list of requirements from the communities. I'll put the link in the description box. So more insight about how this program works. Like I said earlier, this program is designed to stimulate economic immigration to certain communities. So you have to have it in mind and intend that when you get your permanent residency under this program, you will be living and working in any of the communities that has given you recommendation. There are 4 major steps to applying for permanent residency under this program, and I'll be highlighting each of the 4 steps and be giving a breakdown of each of the content under each step. So the first thing is to check out if you're eligible, and you have to, for you to be eligible, you need to meet the IRCC requirements and also the community requirement. So the IRCC requirements here are 5 in numbers. These 5 requirements includes: 1, you need to meet the language requirement or exceed it, and for this program has 3 NOC category. That's NOC O, B and C. So for each of the NOC category, there are language specific requirements that you have to meet. For NOC O, you need to meet, for English or French language, you need to meet the CLB, or you need to meet CLB 6. For NOC B, you need to meet CLB 5, and for NOC C, you need to meet CLB 4. That's the minimum Canadian language benchmark you have to have for each of these 3 NOCs. So you must have your language assessment reports ready for you to be eligible for this program. So what I usually advise people is that don't look at the minimum requirements for the language. Try to exceed it if you can. If you can make CLB 6, why shouldn't you go for it? So don't try to limit yourself by getting the least CLB requirements. Try to get as much as you can, because you don't know if you are going to be needing your IELTS report for other things when you arrive in Canada, and who knows, you may want to change interest in the program you're applying for, or tomorrow they might just decide to change the language requirement for their program. So just try to ensure that you get the maximum CLB you can in each of the 4 parts of the language requirement. Also, there is educational requirements. So for this program, you need to get your educational reports ready. That's the ECA report. You need to prove that you have minimum of the Canadian secondary school diploma. That's Canadian secondary school degree, high school degree, or whatever you call it in your country. You need to have minimum of that as well, and you have to do an ECA report for it. So if you have more than a secondary school degree, of course you should do your ECA report for that as well. The third requirement by IRCC is that you have qualifying work experience, minimum of 1 year in the last 3 years. So you need to have worked for at least 1 year for your work experience to count that, okay, yes, you are qualified for this program. Qualifying experience here means that it must have a minimum of 1 year in the last 3 years. No volunteering experience counts as work experience. No unpaid experience counts as work experience as well. It doesn't also count if you were self-employed either. So those 4 criteria has to be met for you to be a qualifying work experience. The 4th requirement, according to IRCC, is to prove that you have enough money to support yourself when you get to Canada. So this program has its own separate proof of fund requirements. It's different from other immigration programs, and it's completely low, like very, very low compared to the Federal Skilled Worker program. It's really low and achievable. It's like 8,000. I'll put a screen here to show how much the POF, the proof of fund, is for each family size. For a single individual, you'll be needing 8,722 Canadian dollar, which is like way cheaper than if you are coming under the Federal Skilled Worker program that you need up to 12,700 Canadian dollar. The difference in the POF requirement for each family size compared to Federal Skilled Worker is about 5,000 Canadian dollar, and that's a lot of money. The 5th requirement under this program, according to IRCC, is that you must intend to live in that community. So if you get your permanent residency and you are planning not to go and stay in that community, I bet you're not going to stay here, unfortunately, because this community has considered you eligible enough and worthy enough to give you the right to apply for permanent residency, and you decide to like abandon them along the way. It's not possible. So you have to intend to live in that community. That's the 5th requirement according to IRCC. And lastly, you have to meet the community specific requirements. So some of these communities have not launched their website yet. Like I said, this program is very, very new. It's like, this is, if you watch this video and you take action from now, you'll be the first set of people that are taking advantage of this program. So some communities have not launched their website yet, but some other communities have done that, and I'll link their website in the description box so you can check their website to see their community specific requirements. That's the last requirement for you to be eligible to apply for permanent residency under this program. So after completing the first step, which is finding out that you have met the IRCC requirement and community specific requirement, the next thing here is to find an eligible job offer from any of these participating communities. Some employers can also reach out to you to send your CVs and all of that, then give you a job offer, then you can also apply for your permanent residency. So there are some criteria that qualifies as eligible job offer. 1, it must not be a seasonal job, non-seasonal job. 2, it must be a full-time job. 3, it must be permanent, that so no temporary jobs are accepted here as a eligible job offer. And lastly, it must meet the minimum wage province you are in. So if, for instance, you are applying to province of Ontario, you know that the minimum wage here is $14 per hour. So after getting an eligible job offer, you need to apply to the community, the participating community you have gotten the job offer from, to give you a recommendation. Firstly, after meeting all the IRCC requirements and the community specific requirements, and you must have had a valid job offer at the moment. So once you have these 3 requirements done, you apply to the community to give you a recommendation. So each communities will have their own additional requirements, their job search process, and the process to apply for recommendation. It will be listed on their website. Some of the things you can expect from a community is that 1, they would access all prospective applicants to see who actually has genuine intention to stay in the community, who has gotten a genuine job offer. They'll also assess you to see if you are of best economic fit to the community as well. Then after that, if they see you that yes, you have passed the assessment to be a prospective candidate, they'll recommend you to IRCC for permanent residency. So after that, the community would also provide you with settlement providers in the community to help you settle down. They will also provide you with like mentorship opportunities to help you, to mentor you in like maybe your field, and also help you settle down into the community really well. So these are some of the things the communities will do to welcome you into the community. So to apply for permanent residency, you need to complete the documentation checklist listed on IRCC website. That's the Canadian immigration website. I'll put the link in the description box. So once you complete the document checklist, you provide all your ECA reports, your language assessment report, your job offer, letter of recommendation from the community as well. You can send all your documentation to IRCC in the address that is left on the website. So get your documentation ready, get your ECA report, start applying for a job, and get ready to come into Canada. I can't wait to see you guys. I look forward to when someone will tell me, oh, I watched your videos guided me, and today I'm in Canada, let's have a drink. I'm like, I look forward to it. I look forward to that day so bad. I know it's going to happen soon. I just look forward to it. And that will be it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below if you are yet to do so, and make sure you turn the post notification bell right beside it so that you can get notified each time I post a new video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to share with your friends. You can also check me out on social media at Whiz_Queen on Twitter and on Instagram, and WhizQueen B on Facebook, and lastly WhizQueen on Snapchat. I don't really use Snapchat though. So yeah, that will be it for this video. I'll see you guys in my next video.